Hello everybody, hope you are okay. This is Summit 1A, Unit 1, Outlook and Behavior. In this part, complete the quiz. It means there is a test here by writing your opinion in the circle, then circle your answer. Are you optimistic, realistic, or pessimistic? Optimist person is a person who always think about the positive aspect of something. For example, is the glass half full or half empty? When you take a look at this picture, do you pay attention to the half full or the half empty of the glass? Pessimistic means a person who doesn't pay attention to the positive aspects of something, always pay attention to the negative aspects, to the follows and faults of something. They do not actually pay attention to the positive aspects of something. And realistic person is a person who pay attention to the both positive and negative aspects of the problem. When there is a problem, they try to solve it, paying attention to both positive and negative aspects, and then solving the problem. So, there's some questions, and we're gonna answering these questions. You wake up in the middle of the night with a stomachache. Your first thought is, what comes to your mind? I'm sure it's nothing. I will just go back to sleep. It's probably nothing serious. I will just take some medicine. Or do you say this could be serious? It's better to go to the doctor. Sorry. Let's go to number 2. What comes to your mind? You should take the answers. Okay, number 2. You apply for your dream job. It means the job that you really like it. You ask for it. You want to get it, but you don't get it. Oh, so you lose it. What comes to your mind? You think, I guess this wasn't really my dream job. I will find a better job somewhere else. You think that you are going to find another better job, or you say, oh well, you win some and you lose some. It's very realistic one. Or it comes to your mind, I will never get a job I want. What comes to your mind? Select your answer, please. When you are introduced to someone new, you assume that person is a nice person. You see, when you see somebody who is a new person, what comes to your mind? Do you think he or she is a nice person? Keep an open mind about whatever you will be like each other. Do you think that you will be the same people, same similarities? Or you assume that person won't like to respect you? Oh my god, that they are not going to respect you. Which one do you think? Take the answer. If someone unexpectedly knock on your door, you think, great, it's probably a friend or relative here to surprise me. I wonder who that could be. I will go find out. You see, you want to see and search for it. Who is that person? Oh no, you see, I'm not answering. It could be a salesperson or even a criminal. You don't open the door. Which one of them do you select? Your boss invites you to have lunch in a restaurant. You say to yourself, I must be getting a problem or a raise that's really nice. My boss must like to socialize with everyone from time to time. Or you say, oh, there must be some problem with my work. And you are going to meet each other for a lunch. You say, there must be a problem. What comes to your mind? And take the answer. And the news about crime or disasters makes you think about how you can help realize that something bad things happen or feel very unsafe when you think about news about actually read the news about crimes and disaster. What comes to your mind? You can find these answers. You see, there are some points here. You can add them up and you can understand that are you optimist, realist, or pessimist Here's send. You can do it and send it to me. There's a dialogue here. We are going to listen to this and then answering the question based on the highlighted parts. Listen.
To two friends talking about a new virus they're concerned about. Notice the spotlighted language.
Did you hear about that new virus going around? Chikungunya?
Chicken what? Oh, you mean the one that comes from mosquitoes?
As a matter of fact, yes. Just like Zika.
We've never had either of those viruses here before.
Well, they say it's due to global warming. All those mosquitoes from the warmer weather. I suppose it's just a matter of time till we get all kinds of new diseases.
You sure are a pet.
You see, it's a matter of time. You see, it's a matter of time. It will take a long time. It means it will take a long time. It's a matter of time. Or it will certainly happen in the future. What do you think? You see, when we say something is a matter of time, it means time should pass and we should see the result in the future. So B is the answer.
Semest. I agree it's scary, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Okay, what are you gonna do or what are you going to do? Hey, what are you going to do? There is nothing anyone can do about it or what plans do you have? You see, when you say going to, it means you have a plan. What plans do you have?
I'm just saying this has started getting to me, and I'm scared.
This has started getting to me. Look at number 3. It means this is beginning to bother me or I'm beginning to get sick. When you say it has started getting to me, it means it started bothering me. Number 2 is A.
I read that if you come down with chikungunya, you can be sick for a year, or even more.
Right, but they say it's still pretty rare around here. These things are just part of life. You've got to roll with the punches, if you know what I mean.
Okay, you have got to roll with the punches. It means you have to deal with life difficulties and move on. It means when there is a problem, you have to try to solve it. You shouldn't flee from it. You should try to overcome it. So the answer is A.
I'm not going to worry about it.
Well, I am. Anyway, I'm not going to the company dinner at that outdoor restaurant. You're just a sitting duck out there with the mosquitoes and everything.
Okay, you are just sitting a duck out there with the mosquitoes and everything. You see, sitting duck. Look at this part. There is nothing you can do to protect yourself. You see, sitting a duck, it means actually you cannot do anything about it. So answer is A.
What about just wearing long sleeves and hoping for the best? I mean, how unlucky could you be?
Well, I'm going to call in sick and say I can't go. Better safe than sorry.
Better safe than sorry. It means better to stay safe and have no regrets. A is the answer. So let's go for this part. How would you describe Leo's and Nora's outlook? How they are different. You see, he is so pessimistic and she is realistic, I guess. A little optimist, but realistic. Who are you more like, Leo or Nora? Answer this problem. Answer this question. You can send it to me. Let's go to the vocabulary. Then we are going to read.
Page 4. Vocabulary. Adjectives to describe personality traits. Exercise A. Read and listen.
She's pretty easygoing.
He's quite hardworking.
He's really considerate.
She's quite modest.
He's so outgoing.
She's very trustworthy.
He's pretty serious.
They're really talkative.
Okay, when we say she's easygoing, it means nothing seems to bother Donna. She just rolls with the punches. You see, when there is a problem, she thought and tries to solve it. She doesn't say, "Oh, okay, what should I do?" She tries to solve the problem. He's quite hardworking. Jason never wastes time at work and always gets a lot done. It means he works very much. He is considerate, and Ray is always helpful. He is aware of other people's needs. He always wants to help other people. She's quite modest. Sonia is a tennis champion. He's a champion. She's a champion, a sport woman, but she doesn't think she's better than anyone. She's really humble. Eric is not at all shy. He loves meeting and chatting with people. He's outgoing. He is very sociable, the type of people who have lots of friends. She is very trustworthy. You can trust Irene to be reliable. She always does a good job and finishes it on time. So she's responsible. He's pretty serious. Jared rarely acts silly. He's thoughtful and pays attention to important things. He pays attention. He doesn't talk very much. He concentrates on what he wants to do. Isabel and Anna enjoy chatting with each other. They are really talkative. Actually, a kind of people who talk very much. Classify the vocabulary on the chart. Uh, and if there is any other vocabulary, you can add. For example, polite, impolite. Punctual means be on time, rude, friendly, unfriendly, they are antonyms, nice, liberal. Conservative, people who are pay too much attention to different things, interesting, intelligent, and independent. So which one of them are positive? Polite is positive, punctual, positive, friendly, nice, interesting, intelligent, and independent. Negative means impolite, rude. And these are negative. Unfriendly can be either. Conservative can be either. Both of them. What do you think? You can send your answers to me. Grammar, gerund and infinitive, reviews and expansion. Remember, gerunds and infinitive function as subjects, object or subject complement in the sentence. For example, subject. Sharing tasks with coworker is helpful when we want to use a noun at the beginning of a sentence. قبلا هم گفتم وقتی یه اسم رو در ابتدای جمله میارید میتونید با استفاده از ing فرم رو به صورت فاعل جمله استفاده کنید. For example here. Direct object of a verb. بعد از بعضی از فعل‌ها ما از حالت gerund یا فعل به اضافه ing استفاده میکنیم. مثل این حالت I avoid calling the doctor too often. Subject complement. Our dream is to make a trip to Africa next year. Our dream is. This is you want to complete this part, you can use infinitive. Some verbs can only be followed by gerunds as the object of the verb. بعضی از افعال هستن که تنها به صورت gerund میتونن استفاده بشن. Some verbs can only followed by infinitive. بعد از بعضی از فعل فقط از مصدر یا to به اضافه فعل استفاده میکنیم. Other can be used by gerund or infinitive. بقیه فعل ها هم gerund میگیرن هم مصدر infinitive. We considered going to the picnic. بعد از consider همیشه ing استفاده میکنیم. فرم ing داره فعل. They have decided to invite their teacher to the play. بعد از decide همیشه از مصدر to به اضافه فعل استفاده میکنیم. Decided to invite. She prefers going early now. She prefers to go. بعد از prefer میتونیم هم صورت ing دار هم صورت to به اضافه فعل استفاده کنیم. هر دوش امکان پذیر. Preposition can be followed by gerund not by infinitive. بعد از حروف اضافه همیشه از فعل به اضافه ing استفاده میکنیم. I saw a film about driving across the United States. About, over, in, on, of اینا حروف اضافه هستن. preposition بعدشون از فعل به اضافه ing استفاده کردم. Other uses of infinitive: to state a fact or opinion with an impersonal it plus an infinitive. بعد از it اگر یه صفت استفاده کنیم میتونیم از to به اضافه فعل استفاده کنیم. It's a good day. روز خوبیه to meet the new boss. که یک رئیس جدید رو مثلا ملاقات کنیم. It's a good day. It is بعدش یک اسم صفت آوردم، بعدش to، بعدش هم که فعل مصدر آوردم. پس بعد از جملاتی که با it شروع میشن و یه فعل صفت دارن بعدشون از to و مصدر میتونیم استفاده کنیم. To state the purpose of action وقتی میخوایم هدف یه فعالیت رو بگیریم. We use an insect repellent to avoid mosquito bites. میگه از این ضد حشره استفاده کردیم، از این پماد ضد حشرات استفاده کردیم تا avoid stop mosquito bite. از این نیش حشره که حشرات به ما نیش بزنن avoid جلوگیری کنیم. To modify an adjective with to enough. اینو قبلا هم توضیح دادم. گفتم وقتی که to داریم یا enough داریم بعدش از صورت مصدر یا فعل به اضافه to استفاده میکنیم. They were too late to make the plane to Boston but they were early enough to catch the bus. گفته بودم قبلا بعد از این قبل از enough میتونیم از صفت استفاده کنیم early enough. اینا چیزای تکراریه که دوباره دارم میگم. بازم تکرار کرده کتابتون. Okay, let's listen to this part. We're going to listen to conversations. Complete each statement with a gerund or infinitive from one of the verbs from list 1 and list 2. There are two lists here. You can use them in order to fill in the blanks. Let's listen.
Page 5. Listen to activate grammar. Exercise D. Listen to the conversations. Then complete each statement with the gerund or infinitive form of one of the verbs from list 1 and a word from list 2. Conversation 1.
Hello?
Hi, Liz. I just wanted you to know that I'm thinking of painting the bedroom this afternoon instead of doing it on Saturday.
Today?
Yep. Things are a little slow this week at the office. I asked Bill if it was okay, and he said no problem. I'll be home at about 1 o'clock.
Are you sure we have enough paint?
Actually, no. I'll pick some more up on the way home. Better safe than sorry.
Conversation 2.
Is Jack in? Yes, he is. He's in his office. Do you think he'd mind my going in? I need to talk to him about something. Probably not. What's wrong? You sound worried. Well, I spilled coffee on my keyboard and it's not working. I'm afraid Jack's going to be really angry. Jack? I wouldn't worry about it. Jack's pretty easygoing. He doesn't let a lot of stuff get to him.
Conversation 3.
What on earth are you doing?
What do you mean?
Don't you have a math test tomorrow?
Yeah, but I'll study for it in a little while. I'm just watching this movie. It'll be over soon.
But, honey, it's already midnight. You have to get up early in the morning. I'm surprised at you. You're usually more serious about your studies.
I just want to see the end. It's almost over.
Conversation 4.
What would you rather do? Work in an office or at home?
Me? In an office. No question.
But you have to get dressed up if you go to an office.
True, but I always get more done there. And there's nothing wrong with putting on nice clothes. If I work at home, it's just a matter of time till I start doing laundry or making lunch, and instead of getting my work done.
Conversation 5.
I'm so sorry. I was a little rude last night during dinner.
You were?
You didn't notice? You were telling me about your problems with your parents, and I hardly said a word.
No, it's all right. I just needed to get it off my chest. It's the same old problems.
Well, what are you gonna do? Your parents aren't ever going to change.
I know.
But I could have been more sympathetic. I think I was just tired, and I kind of checked out.
Conversation 6.
What's wrong? You look like you just lost your best friend.
Really? Well, actually, it's no big deal. I'm just a little down today.
How come?
Well, my boss is going on vacation next week. So she tells us today that we have to have a meeting late on Friday night so she can tell us everything that needs to get done next week. But I had already made plans to have dinner with Amy on Friday.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad. Can't you just make the dinner a little later? I'm sure Amy will understand.
I guess. But this is the second time in a month that we've had to work late on a Friday. It's not fair.
Forgive me for saying this, but these things are just part of life. You should learn to roll with the punches. It's not worth getting all upset.
Okay. Complete the question with your own ideas. You see, based on your own ideas, gerunds or infinitive you can use. For example, do you avoid what you should think about them actually. For example, when are you too old to go to a school? In your family, who doesn't mind, for example? Do you believe in I don't know. I don't have any idea in my mind now. You should think about them. Think about them. Fill in the blanks based on your ideas, and then take a photo. Send it to me. Let's go to this part. There is a listening. Let's listen. Number 5.
Page 5. Conversation Spotlight. Exercise A. Read and listen. Notice the spotlighted conversation strategies.
So, how would you describe yourself?
Me? Well, I'd say I'm pretty easygoing. I don't let things get to me.
Easygoing?
I see you as serious. You think so? I don't see myself that way. In any case, can you be both easygoing and serious?
I guess. And how would you describe me?
You? I see you as pretty outgoing.
You do? Why do you say that?
Because you tend to be talkative and you seem to like being with people a lot.
Okay. So read this part if you can record your voice and send it. There's a grammar part, and first we are going to listen. Then, based on this part, we are going to answer the question. And you see, these information are really important. I'm going to explain it while we are listening. Number 1 step.
Page 6. Grammar Spotlight. Exercise A. Read how these 4 people describe other people's behavior. Notice the spotlighted grammar.
My manager, Chris, is a real sweetheart. He wants all of us to succeed.
He's a real sweetheart. It means he's a really lovely person.
And he encourages us to learn new skills so we can move up in the company. He's also really kind and understanding. He permits us to work at home when we have a sick kid. You'll never find a better boss than Chris. Sarah Beth Linehan, 30, Melbourne, Australia.
I share an apartment with 3 roommates, but one of them, Erica, is an annoying pain in the neck. First,
Pain in the neck, it means a person who makes such kind of problem. He's a terrible person and we cannot tolerate her. It's difficult to bear her.
she's a total workaholic. Between her studies and her after
Okay, workaholic, it means a person who works very much. During the day, he just pay attention to work.
school job, she's rarely here. And when she is, she just keeps working. My other 2 roommates and I do all the chores.
Chores, daily activities at home, for example, washing the dishes, cleaning the room, sweeping the room.
Shop for groceries, cook, wash the dishes, and so on. When we complain that Erica's not pulling her weight, she just asks us to do her chores because she doesn't have time. Time? It's time for her to move out.
Okay, so she was a pain in neck and workaholic.
Martina Braun, 21, Frankfurt, Germany.
My colleague Lily at the travel agency where I work is a real people person. Most of us prefer to do everything by email or online, but Lily invites all her clients, even the difficult ones, to come into the office and tell her their dream vacation ideas.
Okay, when a person is a people person, it means a social person who has lots of friends, wants to talk with people.
She tries to make those a reality for them. And Lily's such a team player. If one of us has too much to do, she offers to help. Everyone loves Lily. Cindy Yu, 27, Boston, USA.
Okay, so team player and people person for this one.
I'll never forget my high school drama teacher, Mr. Milne. He was such a tyrant. He used to force us to say our lines over and over until it drove us crazy.
So he was a tyrant. Tyrant, it means a person who is cruel, makes you do something you don't like to do.
And if anyone forgot even one word, he would forbid them to go home until they had learned the line. He would warn them to learn every line perfectly by the next class, or they couldn't be in the play. Everyone hated him. He took all the fun out of drama. Richard Rowan, 43, St. Louis, USA.
So he was a tyrant. Let's go to this part. There are some people are talking and describing other people. In this part, you should say, for example, Margaret is a workaholic, pain neck, or team player. Team player means a person who wants to work in a team, likes to talk with people. Okay, answer. Let's listen. Number 8.
Page 6. Listen to classify. Exercise C. Listen to people describe other people's behavior using noun and pronoun objects before infinitives. Check the description or descriptions of each person according to the opinions expressed. Conversation 1.
Hey, I'm a little worried about something.
What's up?
So they just transferred Margaret from your group into ours, and she's already persuaded us to do this complicated project. I've heard she works around the clock. She comes in early and stays late. But is she going to expect everyone to work as much as she does?
Margaret? No way. She's helpful on projects and she works really well with others, so it'll be fun.
Conversation 2. Raphael, how's the project going?
Don't ask. I'll never finish all this work. Peter never lets up.
Yeah, he's not exactly an easygoing boss.
You can say that again. He always asks me to work faster. I'm going as fast as I can.
Conversation 3.
Hey, have you met Val's new boyfriend, Tim?
Yeah, I have. Very outgoing. Seems like a good guy.
That's not the impression I got.
What do you mean?
Well, he jokes around a lot.
What's wrong with that? Sounds like a real people person.
Well, his jokes just aren't that funny. He seems to want people to think he's smarter than they are. It's really annoying.
Okay. Let's go to grammar part. Verb that inquire a noun or pronoun before an infinitive. Remember, some verbs can be followed directly by an infinitive. به خاطر داشته باشید که بعضی از افعال هستن که فقط بعدشون infinitive یا to به اضافه فعل میاد. However, in active voice, some verbs must have a noun or pronoun object before the infinitive. و به خاطر هم داشته باشید که در حالت معلوم، جملات معلوم قبل از این to به اضافه فعل قبلش ممکنه یک مفعول انسان بیاد. For example, He ordered us to leave the office. بعد از order فعل به صورت infinitive یا to به اضافه فعل ساده میاد و قبلش یک مفعول انسان us اومده. The sign warned drivers to not to speed. بعد از warn فعل به صورت to به اضافه فعل یا مصدر infinitive میاد و قبل و بین این دوتا هم یه دونه فاعل انسان مفعول انسان اومده. drivers راننده ها انسان هستن. He told them to be on time. Told بعدش از to استفاده شده to be on time فعل به اضافه فعل و بین این دو هم از مفعول انسان them استفاده شده. She taught them to swim last year. She taught them taught بعدش یه مفعول انسان بعدش هم swim to swim به صورت مفعول انسان. Some verbs such as would like, want, ask, expect, and need are used to use with or without noun or pronoun objects in the active voice, depending on the meaning. Would like, want, ask, expect, and need. So be careful. I would like to eat healthier food. بعد از like to به صورت فعل به صورت مصدر to داره. She wants to drive the new car. Tom asked to see the director with an object. We would like our children to eat healthier food. So like بعدش میتونه مصدر بیاد یا بعدش میتونه مفعول بیاد بعد مصدر بیاد. She wants me to drive the car. از من خواست که رانندگی کنم. She wants me to drive the car. Tom asked Emily to see the director. So the verbs inquire a noun, pronoun, object before infinitive. Advise, conceive, force, invite, permit, inquire, allow, encourage, hire, order, persuade, teach, cause, forbid, instruct, pay, remind, and warn. این افعالی هستن که بعدشون فعل یا ضمیر به صورت آبجکت میاد و بعدشون هم مصدر میاد. For example, spouses of co-workers were invited by CEO to attend the reception. The CEO invited the spouses of co-workers to attend the reception. الان جملات معلوم رو میخوایم به جملات مجهول تبدیل کنیم. Drivers were told to stop to the entrance of the hotel. حالا جملات مجهول رو ما میخوایم تبدیل کنیم به جملات مفعول. The hotel security guards told the drivers to stop the entrance to the hotel. The employees were required by the rules to return from lunch at 2. The rules required the employees to return from lunch at 2. We were encouraged by the manager to tweet our questions to the speaker. Our managers encouraged us to tweet our question to the speaker. They were advised to be at a restaurant before 8 p.m. The invitation advised them to be at a restaurant before 8 p.m. Complete the sentences with your own ideas. You see in this part, this is for you. You should complete this part with your own ideas. The change in the meeting schedule caused us to postpone our flight. The bad weather on the day of game convinced us to not go there. We should remind our neighbors to be helpful. For example, you see this is based on your idea. You can complete this part. Take a photo and send it. With a partner, take turn answering the question using co-provided. Is Mark bringing the food for the picnic? No, Mark expects us to bring the food. Have you spoken to the manager about the broken equipment? No, I asked Ken. Have you spoken to the manager about the problem? No, I asked Ken to spoke to her about it. Who is going to be the first speaker at the event? Actually, I would like to be the first one. Do you want to write a summary of what happened at the meeting? I'd rather not. I wanted Katie to write it. Did you need to discuss the new email system with Mr. Green? Actually, I wanted my assistant to speak with him about it. I guess that's enough for today. Have a nice time and goodbye.